Before I say anything, let's say hello to Malachi. We all miss you, Malachi. You know, when my dad tells these stories, I'm hearing them for the first time. You know, my dad is never someone that, you know, tells these stories, but, you know, now he has a forum and an audience, and he's enjoying doing that, and I'm enjoying hearing them because, you know, that's kind of the idea why John and I went into this venture, because if you don't tell your stories, they die with you. So it's so true. So when I went on the police department, I grew up in Jersey, and you know, I didn't have fathers and grandfathers and great-grandfathers that were on the job before me, so I was kind of a neophyte. And so I went through the academy, and then as you're getting in that last week or so in the academy, you're all talking to your fellow recruits. Where are you going to get assigned? You know, it's like a big thing, and it's very political. You know, because people who are connected with the job through the family and this and that, you know, they're making their phone calls. We call them hooks, cranes, rabbis. You know, it seemed like everybody was hooked up with the job. You know, and I was one of the outliers because, you know, I just didn't have those roots. Well, come graduation day, Madison Square Garden, 3,000 of us graduate. The place is packed. And backstage, you know, before we go out there and get our diplomas or whatever, they call you over and they've got a clipboard and they go down through your name and they tell you where your assignment is. So I'm expecting, you know what, I'm going to get sent to the worst possible place. And there they said Midtown South. And I was like, is that a mistake? Because only the sons and daughters of chiefs get assigned to Midtown North, Midtown South. This, you know, this is Times Square, Broadway, the theater district. And so the policy at the time was they sent you to a place for 6 months out of the academy, and then they sent you to what was called your permanent command. So here I am, I'm walking the beat in Times Square, and you know, everything's beautiful. People coming up to you. Oh, can I take a picture with you? It's like being a celebrity. Well, after 6 months, they call you again, and they give you your permanent command. And here it was. Yeah, Gonzales, you're going to the 4-row, the very south of the South Bronx, 138th Street. I said, well, they finally figure out I don't know anybody, so that's where they sent you. But what the department did, and you got to understand, this is a little inside baseball. They just look at your last name. So if your last name is Chung, you get sent to Chinatown in Manhattan. It doesn't matter if your family could have been here for 150 years. You're going to where people look like you. They looked at my name, Gonzales. Now, you know, I kind of take after my Irish side in those days. Reddish hair, and, you know, I'm kind of light-skinned. So I get sent up to the 40th precinct, and you had to see what roll call was like at the 40th precinct. The sergeant's got a list of names, and you're standing there at attention, and it went something like this. Rodriguez, Gonzales, 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 Santos, Murphy. It was like one Irish guy, like, you know, who was a problem child somewhere else, and they sent him there. And I would be standing at roll call literally with 10 other guys named Gonzales, who were all Puerto Rican, and looked at me like, this guy must be from internal affairs. No way, his name is Gonzales. They would like avoid me. And I remember going on one time to a domestic call to an apartment. People didn't speak English. I took 6 years of Spanish, and I could speak a little bit, get by. And there was one little Puerto Rican lady, about this tall. And I'm in the apartment. And the whole time, she's looking up at me like this. She's suspicious. She's reading my name tag. So we finished the job of getting ready to leave. She grabs me by the arm. She goes, "You're not Spanish." I said, well, I said, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Puerto Rico. I got news for you. You're not Spanish. Oh, you insult me. You started this. It just goes to show, because you have a Spanish last name doesn't mean you're from Puerto Rico. No insult to Puerto Ricans. I love the Puerto Ricans. I got along with them great. Finally, the Puerto Rican cops accepted me. They realized, I wasn't, some spy they sent down there or whatever. But it was hilarious. It just goes to show you, though, the department in those days, and I'm sure they do it today, they look at your last name and they just make the assignments based on that. It's as backward as can be, and you wonder why sometimes the police department has problems like it does. It's because it's like being in the Army. There's 35,000 cops, and they can't go into everybody's background, but you're sort of like put into a box right from the get-go, and you've got to climb your way out. Me, I loved working in the South Bronx, so I was fine with working there, and I'm proud of it. But anyway, that's my story.